What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Real Deal Airsoft. I'm Jake, and in this episode we're going to be discussing this beautiful DMR build from my boy Nick Brown. Check him out on Instagram, NB Painting. He's the man, been one of my supporters of The Real Deal Airsoft for years, man. So that's my dude. He finally got all the parts together and shipped me out this really cool VFC 416, and we decided to go full DMR for this. This is an outdoor build, and we'll talk about how the building process is different from DMRs. So for a DMR, you're going to be running a long inner barrel. This is like a 500 something millimeter inner barrel that's been custom cut to be flush with the suppressor. And when you run an inner barrel that's longer than 363 millimeters, and I say you're getting to the 400 millimeter range, you have to go with the full cylinder. Let's talk about what's on the inside and what it takes to build this DMR. This gentleman, Nick, he plays outdoors, so obviously he's going to be ranging out. So since we're running a 500 plus millimeter inner barrel, it's so important to use a full cylinder due to air volume reasons. Long story short, real dealers, if your barrel is over 400 millimeters, go with a full cylinder. You know what I mean? You just need all that air to push it out that long ass barrel. As well, for electronics, we're running a Perun V2 Optical Mosfet, which you can get from www.therealdelairsoft.com, as well as the young swag, you heard. All right, we're also rocking a Maxx Trigger that's been really tuned to be like a hairline trigger. On this channel, you see a lot of 13:1 builds, but in this situation, we went with 18:1 ratio gears, and I also short stroked the sector a few teeth. As well, since this is 18:1 ratio gears, we don't need that high of a TPA, so we're rocking with the Lonex A2 motor. Nick actually sent this motor out to me, and believe it or not, it's working better than a CZI high torque 22 TPA, just because it's higher ratio gears. Whatever. The little mods we did that you'll always see on the channel is we modified the grip so that the AOE is correct and doesn't get altered. We shimmed the inside of the mag well because the magazine was a little bit wobbly, and if you want to get rid of that, you can put tape on the magazine, and if you don't want to do that, you can put tape inside the mag well. 80-degree bucking inside, 505 FPS on average. So what did we do to get this FPS? Originally, we went with an M170 spring. Boy, that thing was stiff. It's not a quick change spring system, so you imagine how it was putting that thing together. I'm about to do a challenge where I send out a non-quick change gearbox to like all my subscribers. It's a challenge, and I give you an M170 spring, and you have to assemble the gearbox in less than 15 minutes, and if you can do it, you win a custom built gun. If you can't, you send that shit back to me, and we go on to the next guy. I want to see your guys' faces, like the urge of optimism. Oh, I'm about to get a free custom built Airsoft replica. And then 5 minutes later, this shit, I'm out. Broken wrist. All right, back to the build. So we had an M170 spring inside here. I had to custom cut it because the FPS was way too high. And after we cut the spring a couple coils, the FPS actually dropped to around 460. So to compensate and to bring that back up, we use my Fps Boost Mod, which are the Insidious Armory guide plug spacers, which are available on the Real Deal Airsoft's website. As well, internally, we're using the Real Deal Performance Piston Assembly. And I'm really impressed, guys. I use this in DSGs, I use this in DMRs, single sector gear builds, anything. This piston can take a beating, it seals great, high rate of fire, high FPS, whatever it is, this thing handles it. It's a sick deal. Listen, guys, we got the best parts, we got the best stuff. Stop ordering from China, you know what I mean? Come through, check out the website. You know, today, we just uploaded a bundle deal for DSG, 18:1 ratio gears with the dual sector gear. All in one, bundled for you. Time for the trigger response reports. You've heard? All right, boys. Let's see that semi. Pre-cocking's off, by the way. So if you guys really think about it, this isn't even pre-cocked, this isn't a DSG, this is a M170 spring at full cycle, minus a tooth off the sector gear. That's extremely crisp, that's extremely nice, and it just goes to show, it doesn't matter what you build, as long as you do your research and you find out what parts you need, you can build literally any dream replica you want. You want a snappy 500 FPS build, or you want a 30 RPS single sector gear build. Either way, the Real Deal Airsoft gotcha. All the stuff that I use in these builds are always on my website so that you guys can use the stuff that I use. Until next time, guys, see you on the field. Oh, wide open shot. Yeah, we're gonna aim for the crack. He called it. He called it, trust me. The Real Deal.